Welcome back to the HGC. We're getting things heated here as we're going into game number 5 here on Warhead Junction.
That's right.
Of all the battlegrounds, let's start with the draft. Hassan our band out, and we'll find out what our next band will be.
Yeah. Global could be a focus here for HGC Europe. 2-2 in this best of 5. I wouldn't have it any other way between these two teams. They're really showing, again, how deep the talent in Europe really is as these two go and butt heads with each other. That being said, I don't want to see a big, huge Warrior composition again, because that would be insane on this matchup.
I'm over it, too, especially here in Game 5. Globals are where it's at. And actually, the question for playing Ducks is, do we leave a Global up, ban out something else, and then that way we have the choice to move in a double Global potentially with maybe a Brightwing, a Falstad, or maybe a Dahaka and a Falstad. Tricked Esport now has a choice to take what they want. They go for Dahaka, which was my assumption. Now playing Ducks, do they move into their Falstad and maybe a Brightwing here? We haven't seen much Brightwing from Wolf Joe, but it's incredibly powerful. Another thing, too, that can be strong on this battleground is Medivh, which we could see early picks of Medivh and Falstad here, which can be quite devastating.
Yeah, we could. We definitely could. I think for Medivh, I don't know if they would pick it up in the second in this 2 pick that they have.
Sure, totally.
And then Tricked Esports doesn't really have to. They don't really play it that much, right? So if we're going to see it anywhere, it will be in later picks from playing Ducks. That should be a stage dive.
Yeah, that's definitely stage dive ETC, unless they find that their opponents just get no mobility whatsoever, which would be quite the blunder from Tricked Esport. Now, on this side here, Tricked Esport needs to figure out what they want. Do they go with the Brightwing pickup at all? I feel like all I see from Tricked Esport is we want Rhaegar. That's it. They highly value that hero, which could be something that playing Ducks gets later on. But that means there are more globals available for them if they want to move into that route in the 3rd and 4th slot if Tricked Esport doesn't change it up here.
Yeah, for me, Nape kind of isn't the Brightwing guy. Yeah. Ragnaros is going to come in as some damage for them. That's really powerful, actually, on the Infernal side.
Do you go Lava Wave on this battleground?
Ooh.
Because if you don't get hit with 3 nukes on the phase that there is multiple nuke spawns, there's Tychus as well. You get double Lava Wave at 20, which can be the most annoying pressure to deal with. You never ever get momentum in your lanes. So something to consider for Warhead Junction here. I feel like Lava Wave is actually good on this battleground and Brex's Holdout. Less so on Brex's Holdout because the Fierce Smash just gives you the ability to grab beacons, but we could see it here. Could.
I think overall they might just... Because in Europe, it's this weird thing where, it's not so weird, I suppose, but I think they might just prioritize teamfight anyway, even though the map is good for something like that. Yeah. So it's like, Sulfura Smash just has its... I mean, even at the very beginning of Ragnaros, it was like always the best heroic, and then Lava Wave got nerfed.
I mean, my goal here is to get Lava Wave in and incept it into the brains of people, so the next couple of weeks, we see it played, and then I can take all the credit. Exactly. That's the plan here. Is to set it up. I'm planting seeds right now. To any pros that might be listening, Bakery is probably sitting in chat right now thinking, you know what? We should run Lava Wave. There's a ban there on a noob rack, which indicates to me that we would probably either see a Jaina or a Li Ming there. The Medivh ban does come out for Tricked Esport, so they were thinking what we were thinking.
Yeah, and I didn't expect that. I mean, we expected it to be in the last 3 picks for playing Ducks, but I didn't expect Tricked Esport to pick up on that.
I feel like with the ETC being grabbed, it's just a huge tell that they would want that Medivh. There's Li Ming. There is the Tyrael taken away here from Tricked Esports. First time we're seeing them go for a target pickup. However, there is no indicator that Tricked Esport really wanted to have said hero here. But it's good to see Tyrael on the playing Ducks.
And based on that, they've got a good front line. They just need their healer now, which could potentially be a Brightwing. But again, we'll see. Tricked Esport, though, only Dahaka as the global. I think that's fine. I don't even particularly want to see Nape veer away from the idea of a Malfurion or a Rhaegar if he wants it. And then as final, does it have to be another warrior? What do you think?
I just feel like because it's Tricked Esport, it will be another warrior.
Yeah.
It's because that's what they show off so much. I don't think Arthas works here.
It might be Leoric.
But there's Diablo. Okay, cool.
Okay.
I was trying to think of going down the line what it would be. I didn't want Muradin. I didn't feel like he would help out too much with Tychus being here. But the Diablo now gives him solid engage and also would help them control Tyrael after he uses Sanctification. So yeah, there's some tools here. Also, the wonderful ability to drop APOC if HGC were to go mosh pit, but it should be a stage dive. So Tricked Esport does have hard engage. They also have great rotation, and they have their Tychus here. Playing Ducks now will pick up their support.
Yeah, I feel it has to be Malfurion. I think Brightwing. It's like you're going against a team that has stuff like Ragnaros in it, and there is a lot of potential for the Apocalypse into Sulfura Smash to just pop someone. Brightwing doesn't really heal that well against something like that. What do you think?
You can get Spell Shield to deal with the Sulfura Smash.
You
with
could.
Supple at 13. And then you get Bouncy Dust, so you could be good to go. I just think the global pressure is too much, so I see what you're saying with Malfurion.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's the safer pick, but I want Playing Ducks here in game number 5 to go all out. Control this battleground.
Run rampant.
Get nukes. Take Brightwing.
Okay.
And they do. Good stuff. So now we have 3 globals on the side of Playing Ducks. We have crazy team fight if Lamine gets a pickoff, as we've seen already before here. And Chris has been playing really well on that hero.
I mean, with Brightwing, you can make the argument to just go Mosh as well.
Yeah.
Which would be nice. Not necessarily have ETC in that global spot that you could see him in, and then from that point on just be... you have more team fight strength behind the Mosh and forcing your opponents to react.
Mosh in a Sank and then Mosh in a Cleanse could prevent Diablo from going the APOC and messing it up. Dehaka would have a hard time walking in there. Yeah, I could see it happening, but there is a grenade capabilities of Tychus.
Yeah,
I think
that's a lot.
There's so much to go here. If they want to bolster their team fight, I agree with you. You can go mosh pit and sanctification, but it looks like their plan is to control the battleground. Period. Get pressure constantly happening. Make sure you're winning the 4 nuke phase and go from there.
But it's ETC Tyrael. It's holy cow. So
it's a holy cow.
It's a holy cow.
It's the most broken pickups you can get. Game 5 is ready, guys. Let's do it here between Playful Ducks and Tricked Esports. 2-2 the series. It's tied. Claris, before we even introduce, who wins? Give it to me.
I'm going to go with Tricked despite all of those globals.
Okay.
Even though I like the holy cow, I like ETC Tyrael. Tyrael is one of my top picks. But I think Tricked Esports... Oh god, it's so difficult again. Why do you ask me these things?
Because I like to just, I like to have us have a conversation, a dialogue. You know, I feel like it's growing our relationship.
Okay.
You know, having these thoughts. I'm going with Playful Ducks.
Okay.
Playing Ducks, gosh.
That's the first time you've done it.
That's the first time I've done it. I've been fighting like all week. I said Playing Ducks 5 times each day.
Yeah.
Whew, that is such a hard name.
You've done well today. You've done well.
Thank you, man.
Likewise.
Somebody
Likewise.
give me some love, man. All right. Turret killed off down here in the bottom right. We'll have that picked up. That's one of the best things you can do when you realize that your opponents have gone for globals is go for a quick turret rush, get a slight experience advantage, and then spread out and go from there. Because you're going to have a hard early game.
Yeah. But just actually even to talk about that, because we didn't have Playing Ducks on our 3rd day. It's a German team. And as such, things can be lost in translation a little bit between German and English.
Well, Ethereal could be lost down here.
Yeah, he could be lost in translation completely.
Yep.
Oh, bye. Sorry.
Yep, we don't know what language he was speaking.
Yeah. So something that popped into my mind after we'd had all that debacle was phrasing in German. So there's a lot of phrases in German that translate really weirdly to English. And one of them that stood out to me was a famous phrase that's, if you translate it, it says, I think I spider. And actually there's a website called ithinkispider.com that you can check out. But it's all the weird phrases from German to English that just don't translate properly. And that one means you're going crazy, you're going mad when you say it in German. But when you hear the translation, it's insane. So that's kind of what brought up all of this, and that's why it sounds weird to us as native English speakers, and even to fit into sentences while casting.
Well, we're going to get it down, man, because we are committed.
Oh, we've done really well today.
We are committed to giving Playing Ducks the love that they deserve.
Yeah,
here.
we've done it good.
Well, Playing Ducks are down here on the bottom as they continue their pushes. I like the pressure, though, they're putting off. They have Li Ming already here for ETC. So far, Tricked Esport has been actually kind of rotating between the middle and the bottom lane, and so Playing Ducks is looking to get a take. Tricked Esports has caught onto this, though, and they have rotated a long way, all the way to the middle and the bottom. It's also important for them to set up over here because here is the Warhead now spawning.
All right, so, just a poke back and forth here as Chris just trying to secure it. Explosion attempting to zone out Alex, but not really having much success. Jeez. Alex has gone in quite far there, though.
So that's what Diablo does. He is a premier, I'm going to get in your face warrior, and then escaping is a different story for sure. Chris Explosion, though, trying to escape here. Here is the Brightwing phase shift into Wolf Joe, giving the Pixie Dust for some speed. He will power slide away. Nande shows up with the wonderful jump in by Eldruin, and Chris Explosion will be able to walk away. Sports Billy now setting up for this Warhead. Can Crosby stop it? No, is the answer, and they will be taking 1-for-1 in trades of nukes. While Dahaka, meanwhile, in the top lane, is pushed all day.
Yeah, he had a whale of a time. He got himself a nuke, he popped it, and that is all good, as Tricked Esport now finding themselves some good room. I think that the Dahaka as a solo global for me is really good, especially if you just get Dahaka. If you can know exactly when to be going 2 lanes, almost never do you actually see Dahaka in mid lane, for example, on a map like this, 'cause it's so huge. This is the first time we're seeing it in HGC Europe. So he'll be hanging out in the top, he'll be burrowing down to the bottom, you know, those are his most effective locations compared to mid lane.
Yeah, totally. And communication between him and Diablo will definitely be on point there, as Diablo will be the one to start the engage for fights, and then Dahaka should start brush talking the moment that Diablo says he's going in for the engage. So watch out for that coordination between our teams from Tricked Esport. Playing Ducks is starting the pressure, as we're going to be having Knights in the top right, some pressure in the bottom as well. And right now, this is where Playing Ducks can start to gain an advantage here, as they need to set themselves up for the next Warhead phase and make sure that they have a Brightwing or a Falstad in a different lane. Because they're going to have the Dahaka with the 1-on-1 matchup happening, but they have a chance to have a 2-lane soak, which could give them the advantage if Tricked Esport ever does not rotate correctly. Oh, Brightwing, though, is being caught here by Wolf Joe. Wolf Joe trying to escape. Will he get to safety? He will there. Yeah,
thankfully for Wolf Joe, there wasn't much damage follow-up from Double Warrior and a Rehgar. Despite Rehgar's bites being potent and very, very angry. And that's going to be a nuke from a Falstad that was on the other side. Where was Dahaka? He'd left for some reason. So not too bad to get some extra damage in there for Playing Ducks.
Tricked Esport and Playing Ducks still tied here 2-2. Sport Billy will head back home. Can fly back in and soak it on up. Now Warhead should be spawning at the next minute, if I remember correctly here.
Yeah.
So grabbing Hellbats, getting pressure on their lanes is one of the best things you can do here. I think the next one is 4 Warhead spawn. So locations do vary, but there will be some Warheads popping up for these teams here. I am looking at the build here for Tricked Esport. There is Diablo. He has a full engage build here. He has a bulwark set up at level 1. He has everything just to move in and get that resistance available for his team. So he is going to be the primary engager, and he is banking on the Dahaka and Ragnaros follow-up every single time.
Yeah, I'm surprised to even see even in Death coming out from Tyrael. Just kind of finding use of those abilities midway through that Death phase with his trait, as here come 4 nukes now. So this is where the globals really kick in, as Falstad and Brightwing can just reinforce at any given time. They want to go to the extreme location so that they can then reinforce the other extreme, similar to how I was describing Dahaka's presence on the map throughout a lot here in Warhead Junction.
Li Ming and Chris Explosion will be down here for the poke wars. Brightwing will be able to be annoying to Ragnaros in the bottom, and this is kind of the fun part of this battleground, trying to figure out how you get these nukes and how you're going to handle them, and that's why globals become so powerful.
Yep.
For the most part, though, Tricked Esport's doing a good job of kind of holding it. However, Dahaka is being engaged on the top left corner, as Sport Billy was able to grab the first nuke, and Rimmer is forced to retreat, and Sport Billy will be able to grab another nuke. So Nande into 2-0 right now. Brightwing continues to be annoying. Ragnaros rotated in the middle lane here. They want to get a nuke, or maybe a fight here, as they're about to hit level 10.
Get this one. Oh, very close. Eldrunes might almost denies Alex the Prodigy from grabbing that. We're going to have the tunneling down towards the bottom as Dahaka looks to pick another nuke. So 2 for 2 by the looks of things, as value is going to be taken by Playing Ducks towards mid lane, and that could push them to level 10 if they're able to get this. And they're going to have to be very careful, though. Tricked Esport's coming in.
Bit of a power play there from Playing Ducks. 1, it forces Molten Core, and 2, it gets him closer in experience to that level 10 that Tricked Esport just secures here. So let's find out our heroics. We got Saphir Smash for Ragnaros, we got Adaptation for Dahaka, Ancestor Healing for Rehgar. Diablo most likely going to be picking up that Apocalypse. Lightning Breath can be strong against dive-heavy comps, but that's not the case here for Playing Ducks. And Tychus for the last choice here. Laser is probably the go-to with Li Ming being on the opposing team.
An attempt at an invade, not successful. Gust, Mosh Pit, and we do have that Blink Heal as well as Repulsion, not the Repulsion, Wave of Force, as well as finally Sanctification coming in.
We have Mosh Pit, by the way.
Yeah.
For Chris Explosion. So, yep. They can have their engage, they can have the power slide and syndication follow-up. So they have the fabled Holy Cow.
Oh, I like it.
That Kalaris loves so much.
All right, so let's see how Tricked Esports is going to kind of adapt to that. One thing that is important to note is that Molten Core can soak up a nuke. It's on cooldown, obviously. You can't do it right now if it's going to be coming. Nice denial there, though, to stop the actual channeling of the nuke here. Nande can't quite get himself a good position. Diablo's very good at that. He's probably one of the best at it. Oh, and a grenade comes out from Crosby. Good denial.
How annoying. When you have nukes sitting on you, you just want to get rid of them.
Yeah.
That's all you want to do. Just use them.
And the longer they stay down there trying to secure that, the more value the hacker is going to get in other locations. So
max value. He actually gets a fort. Oh, the fort is actually still living there with literally 9 HP. We're going to have Rimmer retreating here. There's a polymorph. We're going to have the adaptation popped. There we go. Sports like even the engage hammering should be coming off cooldown. There it is. Can he get the kill? No. Rimmer will be able to escape.
Yeah, close calls there up towards the top. So not getting the fort, but still forcing 2 globals up there allows Tricked Esports to just out-rotate their opponents, because you can see that Rema actually came down here to then secure this fort. So as much as he almost died, that was a loss there for playing Ducks because of rotating 2 instead of having the 1.
I would have argued if he actually just kept going and killed the fort and there was rotation from playing Ducks on the bottom with that pull in there, they would have had even still a win. So win-win no matter what there for Tricked Esports. So great rotations by them, good cleanups. Playing Ducks, man, would love to get on the board, and they do here with a fort killed off from the top left. But these globals will definitely need to come in hand for them soon here.
This is why, for me, Dahaka is the more powerful of the globals, because he has so much pushing power compared to like a Brightwing or a Falstad.
Yeah.
And if they ever need to counter on such a huge map like this, you do have to send 2 of them. Where like, and Dahaka, he is a lone wolf. You know, he doesn't need people with him. So it's cool. It's cool to see Tricked Esports in a strong position here, going up against the amount of global power that playing Ducks has. Ooh.
Gets a spawn, a slight delay there by Chris, and he's going to graze a Eternal there with a Q. Alex Aproji looking for an engage here on the side, but all playing Ducks are forced to retreat as Falstad decides to fly to the bottom lane, grab a nuke, a 1-for-1 trade for our 2 teams. And Tricked Esports is doing what they need to do with this composition. They need to be aggressive and in the face of the playing Ducks with their might and power, with Diablo being the hard engage, with Dahaka being able to show up at any point. Finding moments where playing Ducks just aren't near each other is the main thing they can go for. They have much better team fight, I feel like, especially with the APOC engage and Sulfura's smash. So they continue to use this advantage they have in just pure raw power to their advantage.
Li Ming.
Ooh, the wave of force instantly comes out. Joe polymorph, slams against the wall. Chris does retreat back.
There was an attempt at a charge and then a flip, and then that would have gone into the tongue there on Remabola, but that was a really good little counter to make sure I was going to survive. But that being said, they're retreating in the wrong direction at the moment. That's a mosh pit as well as Sanctification coming out. A lot of damage going down. Great ancestral heal on towards Crosby, though, on the left-hand side. He's actually going to drop a nuke, thinking that he was going to die, trying to get as much damage done as possible. He takes ETC with him. A nuke coming down from Nande as well to try and do some damage. Nobody's in it at the moment, though. Rema gets chipped on the side, on the right-hand side there, and Nande gets out with Eldarin's might. Oh, barely missing with the tongue on Wolf Joe.
Even with the Holy Cow coming from the playing Ducks, they're not able to secure more than the kill on Crosby, and even that was close. Diablo didn't even land a massive apocalypse there, as actually missed out on everyone. It wound up becoming more of a divider, as Li Ming had at the top right corner. But yes, that fight actually went pretty well, in my opinion, for Tricked Esport. They got for a 1-for-1 trade, but they were able to walk away with the nuke still.
That fight came out of nowhere, really. Considering that, unfortunately for playing Ducks, they had to retreat out in a very weird angle after their hard camp location had been invaded. And that's why we saw that all ensue. But now, playing Ducks here, Sport Billy on his Falstad just spots from a ball and just walks away.
Meanwhile, Tricked Esport takes the opportunity to head in the middle lane. They will nuke the fort. It goes down. The engage, though, from Alex Aproji onto Sports Billy. He will use Mighty Gust. Can he escape? He cannot. And that is a takedown here. Nande in the back right using Eldruin to escape. Oh, but he decides with Diablo and Dahaka being there, he's not going to take that escape out and will move to the bottom right. But still, a good pickoff here for Tricked Esport.
Yeah, very nicely done. So now they're getting themselves very much so rapidly towards level 16. Elduin's might comes out for the vision. They don't want to go too far further down. Chris is going to poke it and realize that they're all there. They have to back off. Oh, Diablo going in, suplex, and he pins him. Oh, that's done. Diablo with the pickup. Nice stuff.
Time for some trait value as Tyrael will trade his death for a sliver of health on Crosby. Definitely not any value there. And the problem is there is a 4 warhead spawn now, which Tricked Esports, not having a body on the field, can take the opportunity to maybe grab 3 here, whereas playing Ducks can maybe only take 1. Chris Explosion continues with the push here. Chris is channeling, and he is holding firm. Will take it and does blink away, so playing Ducks, even a man down, will get 2 of the nukes. There was an awesome brush stock, but the wave of force was on point.
Yeah, and there was also a cleanse attempt on towards the person that was about to get dragged, so all the things came out there, all the things, and they all saved him, so it's all good.
The boss thing, though, is being focused down by Tricked Esport. All 5 members here and a laser. Chris Explosion is on the side. Here goes the Chris. There goes the Mighty Gus. There goes the steal, and playing Ducks take the boss, but ETC will lose his life over it.
He shot a nuke! Rema!
The Sake, though, coming out to save Nande as well. Can he escape? He will have drew it away. Alex Aproji going for the chase. Fierce match connects. Alex, does he get it? No! Nande continue walking away here, but that imposing presence helping him out. Eternal finally does tell. He misses, though, and Nande is literally flying away here.
Here he comes. No.
He's an angel. He can't be touched. Nande continuing the escape. And he has bought so much time, finally dies from a grenade. But that was such value for him.
Let's check this out again. Boss steal as this is going to come up. And they Gust into Chris, knocking back there and saving him. Brilliant boss steal. But watch as Rema. He's in the middle of the nuke. That's why I was so concerned. And he gets healed up instantly from his adaptation. I guess he calculated?
Oh, yeah, 100% calculated.
Yeah.
You never doubt in that scenario. 100% knew he was going to live. 100%. The boss did put some pressure on the bottom left lane and finally got to keep walls. So playing Ducks are on their way to level 16, which could be helpful. But that boss steal was needed for them. Needed for them.
Absolutely. That's the highest pitch I've got in HGC Europe so far. It's kind of like when I was casting StarCraft and things get hit by a nuke. You're like, is this actually going to happen? Is he actually in the middle of that nuke? And then your entire army dies and it's a bad time. But now, Rema down towards the bottom. Hero to Hacker. Staying alive. There's the spear again from Alex Aproji going in towards Chris. Looking for some damage. Looking for the combos. And, oh, nice Holy Ground. I like that.
Yeah, I've got to remember, Holy Ground's now online. The Bone Swing connects with Chris Explosion. Nande gets guided here as well by Alex Aproji, but Chris is able to kite backwards, and Ragnaros isn't going to be enough to secure a kill.
That's such a shame there for Eternal. He actually threw down Sulfura Smash, where technically Alex Aproji would have charged and then flipped. But obviously there was no flip there, unfortunately, for Alex. So, yeah, a bit of a shame to waste Sulfura Smash in that position.
Bit of a shame for sure there, especially with the Molten Core being down. Now Tricked Esport has lost some of their power in this composition. Chris Explosion looking for more as he chases forward. Cleanse is still down for another 30 seconds, so gotta watch out for these stuns here. There goes the power slide, there goes the burrow. Rimmer does turn around for the drag. Alex Aproji on the flank on the back right though. Sports Billy does get caught and slammed against the wall. Here's a big hammer, and Falstad is no more.
He got squashed. That was very, very brutal there for Falstad. And now the chase continues. Alex Aproji looking for a charge on towards somebody. And will it be Chris? Oh, he attempts to put the teleport away.
But here's Rimmer coming from the side, using that broadsword to go for a gank. Chris Explosion in the back line here. And will get grab the instant cleanse though from Wolf Joe. Will save them. Chris Explosion, can he get past the wall? He does. Nande with the assist. And now with Falstad up in 14 seconds. Tricked Esport will pull back and look towards getting nukes.
High-level play from both sides. Not only the cleanses coming out, but also the continuous attempts from Tricked Esport to get their CC in and try and lock down a kill. But ETC, slippery customer, he gets away. And
Ragnaros is by himself. No one's here. The instant mosh pit.
He's not getting away.
If he gets away, I will give you $4. That's all I got in my pocket. There we go. There's the kill. And we have 2 nukes. Moving over to the playing Ducks. Dahaka takes the opportunity to nuke down the middle lane here. It will not kill a keep, though. And playing Ducks, they are moving in for a boss. This could be a win condition for them.
It's going to boss for a keep, though. Are they not going? Wait,
I don't
what?
Tricked Esport doesn't know they're here. They saw ETC Chris Explosion here on the right side of the watchtower, so they assume that the entire team is coming down for a rotation to gank on them. So they back up, all because of Chris Explosion showing in the watchtower. And now playing Ducks gets a boss and 2 nukes. Great play there by the ETC.
Funny thing is that just for good measure there, Nande actually threw his Holy Ground on towards the boss location. And now, yeah, I guess so. I swear they could have got that, but you're right. That's good vision control by playing Ducks. Now they're going to push on with this boss, and it's getting to the wall before they can even do anything about it. If you can slow down these bosses, it's good, but because they haven't been able to, damage on the way.
Yeah, this is where they become a pain when these Bailings start sprouting all over the field here. Thermal pops Ragnaros, Explosion in the front, goes to the power side, adaptation has been popped, so everyone retreats. Nice play here. The Holy Ground follow-up though from Nande. We'll keep him here for a slight second here. There's still a drag available. It does not connect though, and the keep is now being sieged upon. Wolf Joe has a nuke available for the core.
Nande moving forwards, looking for a Holy Ground, tries to block a Thermal out there, on towards Remaballer. Ancestral Heal has already hit onto him. As this boss does enough damage, they get themselves the keep. They're gonna back away from this point on, because anything else could have been a little bit tricky. Even just 1 or 2 kills towards Tricked Esport could have spiraled it to a level 20 situation.
Yeah.
Look, great Holy Ground, by the way, preparation for that.
Especially with Dahaka just being able to flank behind with his Brushstalker, you don't want to risk losing anybody.
Yes.
Because if 2 people are taken out, as you were mentioning, Tricked Esports goes down the middle line. They go up the gut, and they kill the core easily. So, yep, great heads-up play there from Playful Ducks, or Playing Ducks, and Tricked Esport, and now moving towards level 20, but Playing Ducks having so much pressure on the top lane, and Catapult should be able to weather the storm that could come from Tricked Esports.
You know how, like, offices have swear jars?
Yeah.
Like, what?
Every time I say Playful Ducks, just drop $1 on your foot. Here you go. Thank you, hilarious. But I only got $4, so only 4 times.
4 times, that's your limit. There's nothing more. But anyway, Tricked Esports now gonna move on down the right-hand side there. About to have level 20. This is interesting. Are they just gonna go boss? But
they want to keep Tricked Esport completely away from them.
They've got a
power
base.
slide adaptation is popped. There's a burrow. I think Rimmer actually canceled it early though.
What's going on? They had to base, and now there's gonna be a gust. They attempted to nuke this core.
They brought out the surprise factor. The first time here in the Best of 5 series, Playing Ducks has made an insane play, and Tricked Esport was not ready for it. Rimmer in particular. Good pickup here, and now with 4 nukes available on the battleground and 2 globals, Playing Ducks is going to grab some warheads.
Yeah, so we're going to have Tychus be a little bit more mobile here. He's taking Bob and Weave at level 20. I love that name, Bob and Weave, Bob and Weave.
I like it too. It reminds me of fishing. I don't know why, but it's good for Tychus too.
Yeah, I guess, yeah, Bob does weave. And then Playing Ducks up to the top left. Look up, they've got 3 nukes. They don't want to get to... They don't want to race to 20? They're just going to nuke everything?
No, these nukes will drop it down to 20% and then you'll auto-attack it.
Oh my god.
Go for it here. They have
my god.
Nande,
Sanctification.
There
Here we
it is.
go.
Now they all 3 drop their nukes. There's a Holy Ground. APOC comes out. The nukes are colliding with the core. Now they need to focus it down. Playful Ducks, can they end it in explosions? Yes, they can here, as it is going to be game over. Playing Ducks does what I would consider the impossible. Makes a crazy comeback, wins 3-2, and now Tricked Esports is 0-4. My heart for those guys is bleeding.
Yeah, that was a great call by Playing Ducks towards the end. It goes to show, don't put crazy people in charge of big red buttons. Like, as the real world might...
just don't do that.
That was... I can't believe.
A crazy, incredible job by the Playful Ducks. Playing Ducks. The Playing Ducks, right? Hey,
$3.
Yes, I'm poor by the end of the day. The Playing Ducks, man, they bring it together. They make the insane calls here in game number 5 on Warhead Junction. They were down in levels, but they had the global control, and they used that to their advantage. Kudos to them, but a great best of 5 series overall.
Oh, yeah, definitely. That was a really fun one. I expected it to go quite far, maybe like a 3-1. I didn't really expect a whole 5 games. I was kind of being a bit ambitious with that. But look at the Playing Ducks, man. Able to bring that win out there with that crazy core call towards the end, get the 3 nukes. Bomb, bomb, bomb.
And you know the Tricked Esports got to be kicking themselves a little bit. Game number 4, Dragonshire.
Yeah.
The core rush. You know, it's such an exciting series, so much back and forth. And you can see, as you keep alluding to, the depth that is here in Europe.
Absolutely.
And how if you make a slight mistake, like we've seen multiple times during this Best of 5 series, the other team will run with it, and they will take that advantage. So we'll have to hit up here, the Playing Ducks, whenever we get a chance to actually talk to them on the interview and get a feel for what they thought about that battleground and, of course, that Best of 5 series, because it was definitely insane. I was not expecting this much of a enjoyable series.
Their second win on the scoreboard for Playing Ducks.
Yeah.
So they're positioning themselves in kind of the mid of the table pretty strongly now, I would say.
Sure.
Whereas now things get a little bit concerning for Tricked Esport, unfortunately for them. They've, they had some hard matches before. They went up against Fnatic. They went up against Expert. They went up against Dignitas. But losing to Playing Ducks there for them, that's 0-4 now. And there's only a few shots left. I mean, at this point, I think they're just their hopes for Katowice are gone. Now it's about survival. That's very important for them.
Yeah, the Crucible is down the line. Again, we still have, what, 6 more weeks left of HGC before we get to that point. But still, it's something that we have to start asking here. This is a team, Tricked Esport, that everyone was saying, all right, they're 4th or 5th, easily. We can watch this team grow. We can watch this team be successful. And it's just not working. They need to figure it out. But we are going to be getting on with Chris Explosion here of the Playing Ducks here. We'll get a feel for what he thought about the entire matchup. He's got to be shaking right now, just trying to figure out how to turn a webcam on, because that was such a back-and-forth series, and it's cool that they pulled it out.
Yeah, no, I have to agree, especially with how they were able to fashion that little fight towards the end. Just didn't even need themselves level 20. They were like, as long as we have enough nukes, we can actually make this work. And yeah, good job, Warhead Junction.
Sanctification, the Holy Ground, the Mighty Gust, things like that. It's probably why you don't see Warhead Junction so much picked by the pros, because there are other moments. So if you get an advantage, you can roll with it. So hopefully you learned a thing or two. Now all we need is Tyrael, Morales, and Vikings with 3 nukes and go for a core rush. That's spicy.
Trixler's wacky meta.
The best meta. The only meta.
The only meta.
The only meta.
Oh, God, save me.
That's the meta that everyone's going to be playing in 2 or 3 years.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
We're just so far out there that we can't win any games because of it, but it will become a thing that people can't handle. I'm telling you.
When you play in HGC 2020, is that?
That's the future. Murky first picks. That's the life right there. Hopefully the rework will be in by then, because I know I have definitely been missing out on that.
That poor fish. I mean, that poor Murloc. Whatever.
I was talking earlier to someone in the chat. We were mentioning that Murky is actually a savior. He is a strong individual, because Murlocs get beat up so much in World of Warcraft that he's just leading the charge. He's not evil.
Right.
He's a man of the people, his people, and he's a visionary. Okay? And I believe that. I believe that.
I've probably killed a lot of Murlocs in World of Warcraft.
You're the first to go.
Yeah, I'm
first to go.
Like that guy, that Kylaris.
We're getting Chris Explosion here on Skype here, and we'll get an interaction with him. What are you wanting to ask him, man? I know. I just want to know his overall thoughts, especially there in game number 5.
That's a good question.
Oh, wait a minute. You might be able to ask it. Chris Explosion. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I do.
There we go. Hey. There we go. First off, congratulations on your victory, man. That was a nail-biter.
Thank you very much. It was a tough series.
Yeah,
we made it in the end.
That it was. Did you think this far in you guys would be in the 4th or 5th slot in the standings, start moving up, and this team that you talked about at the summit just growing and becoming a better team, and now suddenly you guys are looking pretty dominant. It's all coming together. How does it feel?
Yeah, actually, it feels pretty good to win the series, especially when you're like two games behind and you win 3-2. It feels amazing, but we are not in the end. We still have to improve. We still work hard, and we want to show even more.
You were mentioning about improving, working hard, etc., and stuff like that. I think from the first week to now this 4th week, it feels like you guys have grown as a team. Does it feel like that as well internally? Are you guys just feeling like you're performing better, etc.?
Yeah, we're performing better for sure. It's like practice helps us a lot, but like I said, we're not in the end. There's still so much space to improve.
Okay.
I want to know about that game number 4 on Dragonshire with Sport Billy and Chris having the most miracle defense. How was it on comms? Were they like, hey, we got this, or were they freaking out? What was going on?
Yeah, well, first I was tilted by myself. I did such a huge mistake, and they carried it so hard. Like, it was really sick defense by them both. Like, they stayed calm and they did the right thing. So thanks for carrying this game.
Awesome, very cool. Well, Chris Explosion, congratulations to you. Thank you so much. Please, do you have any shout-outs for anyone at home?
Yeah, sure. Shout out to Be Quiet. Shout out to Playing Ducks. Thanks for the support. Thanks to all our fans. Cheering for us. Do the great work, and I hope we can make you proud, guys. Thank you very much.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Chris Explosion. And again, congratulations to the Mighty Ducks. All right, guys, we're getting ready for the next series of the day. Be Genius taking on Fnatic. We'll be right back. This is the HGC.
Everything that I do in my life is working towards getting on to the big stage of video gaming.
I don't want to get second place this year. Like, I'm going for first. I won't be happy unless we win.
My name is Andrew Rodriguez, and I go to University of Texas at Arlington.
Daniel Lee, and I go to University of Connecticut.
My name is David Young, and I go to school at University of Tennessee, Knoxville.
My name is Michael Udall, and I go to ASU.